Alrighty, guys, welcome back to another episode of NOVAtazz and Friends, which, well, I guess most of you guys will be in the chat room here in a minute, but looks like I'm starting this one on my own, but welcome to the stream, guys. This week's episode, I don't know. See what we come up with. Welcome to the stream, guys. This week's episode, I don't know. See what we come up with. I gotta mute myself here for a minute. Alrighty, sorry about the technical snafu there. I didn't realize one of my windows had the live stream playing unmuted. Well, welcome from Australia, Aiden. Welcome aboard. Normally I have quite a few other people up here with me, but at the moment they are not here. Close that there for a minute. Today's live stream, I'm not sure what we're going to talk about just yet. Well, welcome Karma's Garage. Anybody's got a topic for me today, we'll start chit-chatting about it. Like I said, I was planning on having some other people in here with me, but they are not here at the moment. Oh, hey, where did you come from? Are you muted? You were muted.
I was. I muted myself coming in. Sorry.
That's okay. I just started up here. I had all kinds of technical snafus as usual when I start. If you guys have not seen Jason's channel, Old Car Auto Guy. Why did I screw that up? See, I get all flustered at the beginning of the stream. About like 15-20 minutes in, I'm good and I'm chill and I can just go with the flow. But like the first like 5 minutes, I'm all kind of screwy. But not to mention, Rust Belt and their very suspenseful live stream there. Like literally, I was in that live stream until 9 o'clock. My time.
I saw you posting there. 7 minutes to go.
I posted literally all the way up till 9 o'clock. I was like, you know what, this is gonna really suck if I enter the giveaway and my name comes up and I had to leave to go do my freaking live stream. I didn't win anyway, but it's okay. It was fun.
I didn't.
Hey Ryan, and we got Carmon's Garage, and we have Aiden from Rust Belt's live stream. I'm not sure if you've seen him a lot in there, or if he just popped in or what.
Hey guys.
I need to know how to do some of those host things that they do in their live streams. That looked like some pretty cool interactive stuff so we can do here.
Yeah, I think it's a program that he's using to be able to do that. I'm not sure if it's OBS or if it's something along those lines.
Well, I want to be able to. I got to get in touch with him and see if I can, because like I just do my basic live stream stuff. So I'm basically just using Google Hangouts to do the multiple talking, which I may end up having to find something new with that too. We went over that a couple episodes ago. Thank you, Aiden, for subscribing. And I know that I watched a couple other live streams. There's one that I watched for, I think it's Foster's, but it's he's a gaming channel that centers around that Call of the Wild game. It's like a big hunting game.
Okay.
And I play that on Xbox, but I watched some of his live streams. His actually have all kinds of cool stuff. Like if you subscribe to his channel during the live stream, it literally pops up in his live stream, not in the chat, in the live stream itself, with like a little shout out. And
yeah, there's a lot of different programs that you can use for doing live streams. And I want to get into some of them. Some of them are very difficult. Some of them are pretty user friendly. I don't know which are which yet.
Yeah, I haven't even done any kind of research into that. But if I'm going to be doing this every week, which, geez, do you realize this is episode 14? Episode 14. And I missed a week. So technically it would be episode 15 if I didn't miss that week. Technically. Well, that's episode 14. Since I restarted doing them. Now, way back when I used to do lives, and I used to delete them because, you know, they didn't count towards anything back then, and nobody watched them after they were over anyway. So I used to delete them. I used to do them a lot. But you know, obviously, I ended up. We all know the story of me helping a friend, and then that not working out so well, and definitely didn't help my channel out any. I mean, I don't think I got really any subscribers from being on his channel for that year. Though being on like Rust Belts and stuff like that, I've gotten quite a few subscribers, you know, and yours, you and Grant's live stream, which I'm kind of angry at you guys, man. What am I gonna do on Thursday nights? I just started being able to catch you guys on time, and now you're gonna.
It's only for a few weeks. Yeah, it's only for a few weeks.
What am I going to do now?
Yeah, he's got some things on the go there at the end of May, and my young fellow's graduating high school in June, and there's just a lot of things kind of with family coming for the graduation, stuff like that. It's just not going to be possible. So we said we take a little bit of a hiatus. This coming Thursday will likely be our last for a few weeks.
Yep. So if you guys, like I said, if you guys have not checked out his channel, him and Straight Six Fan, they have a live stream going on every Thursday night, and they run it about a half hour, a little bit longer if there's enough support to keep going a little bit longer. But you know, they're both early bedtimers, and you know they don't like to stay on much longer than that.
Look, I'm an hour behind or ahead of you guys, even. So
excuses.
It's like 10 after 10 my time.
Well, I mean, like it, you know, here I have, you know, I even have this one screen on the wrong screen. Never mind, no, I don't. I just had it scrolled down too far because when I first started today, by the way, welcome to my ADD. I just went through like 3 different subjects in about 5 seconds. When I started the stream today, like I have like 6 windows open right now. So I have the Google Hangouts. I have my live control room thing open. Oh, I lie. I have 4. I have 4 screens open. I have the pop-out chat on my Firefox. So the Google Hangouts and the YouTube the YouTube control room are on Google Chrome, and then I have the chat on Firefox pop-out. And unlike Google Chrome, where I can close the window for the main video, unlike that one, I can't close the main window and keep just the pop-out chat open in Firefox. It'll close both of them. It won't just close the one. So I'm sitting here and I started my live stream, and then of course, like 30 seconds in, I start hearing myself saying what I said about 30 seconds ago. You know, that big panic moment when you're like, oh my God, no, not the feedback loop, not the you know, not the lamb chop song of doom. I'm not sure if you get that reference or not. I didn't know if you had lamb chop when you were a kid. Of course, Jess is now over there singing the lamb chop song of doom. You ever heard the this is the song that never ends?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's from the Lamb Chops. Was it Lamb Chops Playhouse? I forget what it used to be called, but
yeah,
it was a big TV show. And so I had this never-ending loop of me saying the same thing over and over again going on. And I'm panicking because I'm like, I'm by myself, number one. There's nobody in the chat. There's nobody or anything. In fact, you had popped in there at some point. And trying to find out which window is the sound coming from. I mean, it is the worst game of whack-a-mole ever. As a host, you're sitting here like, oh my God, where is it coming from? And I couldn't blame any of you guys like that pop up in that join in the Hangouts as one of you guys, because I was the only one here. So it had to be me somewhere. Oh my God. So I'm sitting here panicking, trying to find out which, because I'm like, I scrolled through, like, I have, let's see, at least 3 out of the 4 windows could be playing that sound. And yeah, it ended up being the main Firefox one, which I don't have up. I have it minimized, so because I can't close it, I can only minimize it. So
it's kind of like those spamming ads that happen, like in Facebook sometimes or whatever. You don't know where the ad's coming from.
Or if you happen to be not a white picket fence male or female, I don't want to be sexist, and it happens to be late at night, and you're trying to relax a little bit, and you're watching certain adult content, and then all of a sudden it starts blaring things out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, like that. Don't. You're turning a little red there, Jason.
Oh, that's just a reflection off my beard.
By the way, how's this look? Is this
there?
Now I cheated.
To be there.
I cheated. I mean, yes, I did use a beard balm, but I did not use your fantastic sponsored beard products. If you want to name them right there, like you just did. You see, I'm one of those. I'm one of the like. You ever notice that if you go on other people's channels or whatever, they kind of either don't want to show your logos, or they make you put on one of their T-shirts. Or, no, spam your crap. Because we're all helping each other out here. So, and we got Steve in we got geez, if Steve cannot make you blush, then I don't think you can blush. Because if you ever hung out with Steve, he's a lot tamer. He's pretty tame when he wants to be, but he can be pretty rowdy. Anyway, so I cheated. I didn't use any product except for some beard balm. I won't name the brand because I'm not being sponsored, and I don't want to conflict with your sponsor, which you just plugged. But I used the old hair dryer and Boar's hairbrush method.
Well, that's what I use. Hair dryer, Boar's hairbrush. Yep. I wake up in the morning, and it's like this.
Oh yeah, it's everywhere. It's just like you can go to bed, you can go take a shower, go to bed. By the way, we're a car channel here. We're talking about beards, but you know what? Whatever. We're a beard card channel. Yeah, exactly. When your beard is your mustache as well. Face warmer.
See, I have a chin under there somewhere.
Somewhere. Oh, you need to here. Hold on. You messed it all up. But anyway, you missed me a couple months ago. I actually had a full beard. When I had my longer hair, I had full beard all the way down. Girlfriend hated it.
My wife loves my beard, so that's why I'm able to keep it.
Well, she likes it when it's a little shorter. She doesn't like it when it's this long because it tickles. But I'm sorry. I've always had a goatee, and I don't like myself without the goatee. And if I cut it too short, then you can see my chin through it, and that's the part that I don't like. But yeah. What are we doing? Have to wear a Scott pack occasionally at work, and I have to shave my beard off. Ooh. I don't know. Is your paycheck worth shaving your beard? Would you shave your beard for work?
I wouldn't. But I mean, it depends on his work. Obviously, he's talking about Scott packs. I mean, he's got to have a breathing apparatus of some sort. So yeah, he probably has to.
Well, you can do. What was I? Oh, my buddy at work. He is a volunteer fireman, and you know the area that I live in. I live in Pennsylvania. I live right in Amish country. Well, I live a little bit north of Amish country. What's not working? Twitch is not working. Okay, I don't care if Twitch is working. My computer just decided to interrupt me and tell me Twitch isn't working. Anyway, so he is a my friend is a firefighter, a volunteer firefighter, and he went to do a burn. Now, I'm not sure if you know firefighters or whatever. They have I am not talking today. You know what the problem is? I don't have my beverage of choice. That's my problem today. I'll have to interrupt this and go get it before you leave, because otherwise I'll have dead air time. Anyway, so he is a volunteer firefighter, and they do what they call burns, which is where they have, a structure that's going to be demolished or whatever anyway. And what they do is they will purposely set it on fire and practice putting it out. Anyway, so he was joining a Amish fire team. There's a bunch of like Mennonite Amish guys. So they got that big ass, Amish beard, kind of like yours, but I think theirs are shaped a little different. I think theirs are more, they're not so like King Lion.
No mustache.
Yeah, and they don't have the mustache. But anyway, so what they do is they take a tub, I think it's just petroleum jelly, I think. And they go like, they just stick it up the side of their face and then put the freaking breathing mask on. And it seals it perfectly. And because they're like, well, my friend's like, well, how are you guys going to put your breathing masks on with your beard? And they're like, watch this. Watch this. And obviously they didn't say watch this shit because they're Mennonite. But they just reached in there, grabbed the tube of goop, slapped it on, and then threw their breathing mask on. Perfect seal.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did not sacrifice their beard. They get out of the fire, and they wash their face real quick. Beard's right back to the way it's supposed to be. I mean, that's a beard man.
I'm way too out of shape to be a fireman anyway, so I think I'm off.
Well, I don't my friend, he's close to 300 pounds, and that's not like, I mean, yeah, he's got muscle, but he by no means is no like he's no Incredible Hulk. He's no Arnold. He's just a big boned guy, and yeah, he does it, which is amazing because, like I said, he's a big dude. NOVAtazz, I have an ego, just so you know, from old guy. Do I have an ego? I don't think I have an ego. Do I have an ego? I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
He might be referring to beard envy. Oh,
I definitely have beard envy on you. I don't know. I don't think anybody has a beard envy on me. Mine's just a little tiny goatee. And geez, I didn't even shave this, so I've got scruff going on like you wouldn't believe. I look like
he's not even talking about that. He's talking about your echo.
Oh, I must be echoing through your channel then, is what he's saying. I don't see it though. It doesn't look like it's coming up on mine.
No, see what's happening is when I talk, it's coming across your speakers and it's reverbing back through the live feed.
Let me try turning you down a little bit then. Not that I really want to, but try it now.
Testing 1 2.
That sounds a lot better.
It's still there on our end a little bit, but
a little less than maybe. Right now,
Steve, yours is getting there. But
yes.
I've been growing mine for 2 years. So
I have.
Depends on how fast it grows.
Did you watch Steve's latest video?
No, it just come up in my notifications there back around supper time. So
well, I am not going to discourage you from watching it, but I'm a little angry at Steve today.
Uh-oh.
Just a little. I mean, I'll definitely forgive him, but I'm a little upset at that. He got me excited. That and he has some beard grooming to do. I mean, if you've seen his beard today in that video, he needs to get a boar's hair brush and that's the video. But he needs to get a boar's hair brush, and I'm calling him out. He needs the boar's hair brush and blow dry that sucker. I mean, maybe that's just the style of his beard, but he's got a.
That's just a natural look.
I don't doubt it. There,
Middle Bay nicely cleared out. We got the Camaro SS parked in here. We do have the Cummins over there. We have something going to be happening with that very, very soon. But today we are doing something very exciting. It is the 200.
Although I will say, he's got a heck of a lot.
Without getting me copyrighted.
He's got a heck of a lot less gray in his than I do mine, and I think
I'm not worried about the
close
gray.
to the same age.
he needs to smooth it out a little bit.
Well, it looks fine.
And I'm just picking on him. Because
to each his own. To each his own.
He'll pick on me eventually. So we do have some big news. We have a birthday.
Ooh,
and
yes,
nobody here to celebrate it with us.
I thought he was coming in.
No, he's not. His wife pulled rank. Yeah, they could do that. But anyway, so his wife pulled rank. His wife has decided that she wants him more than 5 or 10 minutes that I need him for. They went out to dinner, which is by all means, congrats for them. If you guys know Chris, that is every once in a while on my, well, actually, a lot of times, except for very recently, is on my live streams. He goes by One Low Blazer on here and on Instagram. I don't know if you know the correct spelling there, Jason. Maybe you can put it down in the description, or not description, in the chat room, and they can find him on Instagram and wish him a happy birthday and tell them that NOVAtazz sent them. That we wish them a happy birthday from the live stream. But it is One Low Blazer's birthday today. So we will celebrate him. Hold on. I need to go get my beverage so that way I can toast his birthday. That is not fair if I don't do that. I'll be back in 10 seconds. Keep them busy.
Okay. So seeing as how he's gone, I'm going to take this opportunity to plug my channel. And if you guys don't follow me, I encourage you to go over there and do so, because we've got a big announcement that happened on Saturday, yesterday's upload, where I'm going to be blowing up something, and it might have been a daily driver, and it might be a Kia. Anyways, we're going to be blowing up a Kia, and I'm not going to do it until I reach 2,000 subscribers. So if you're in this chat and you haven't reached 2,000 subscribers yet, get there, because at $2,000 I'm going to upload that video.
You better go subscribe to his channel. I want to see that Kia blow up. Hey, did you see what I did in Rust Belt's thing?
Yes.
I saw you kind of drawing attention to your stuff. I'm like, you know what? Wait a minute. I got this. It's like, and you know what? It worked, man. They started talking about it. So I don't know if you gained anything. By the way, I'm going to be upset with you because you're about to pass my channel in subscriptions. You're pretty darn close to doing it. I might hit 13 by the end of the week, and I think you'll hit 13 way before that.
Where are you at now?
I'd have to go look. Hold on. Pouring Guinness is more important.
No, it's not.
Oh no. Party foul. We have a straw. We have overflowing Guinness.
Stick
My mug was smaller than I thought it was. That's what she said. Looks like $12.91 or $12.92, depending on which one you look at.
All right, so I'm at $12.47, so we're close.
So you're close. But the thing is you're close compared to what I would consider close is a lot worse because of how far you were only a couple weeks ago. So if you take your momentum, you're gonna blow by me. You're gonna blow by me like I am a Kia Soul and you are a Kia Stinger. You just go whomp. Actually, that would just like whomp. Because I don't think they're very loud.
Yeah. Well, I see it as of right now. I have slowed down quite a bit because I haven't been gaining very much over the last several weeks.
Yeah, it's because the initial kick from the Nick's channel is probably starting to.
Well, it's faded.
The people that watch that video on Nick's channel are probably starting to peter off, so you have less exposure seeing that video. But the thing is once that video hits that plateau to where it starts going down, and then it does the natural thing that all of our videos do, where eventually they start coming back up. I'm not sure if have you noticed that on your videos yet. You'll have that initial peak, and then they'll drop, And then for some stupid reason, like freaking, it could be a couple weeks later, it could be a couple months later. All of a sudden, they start gaining traction on their own. They're like, well, how did that happen? All right, I'm going to try to drink this because the head has gone down, but it is literally at the edge. So otherwise, I would actually toast with this, but I don't know. It's pretty full.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Chris. That is, tell you what, that is somebody that I'm glad that I met, and I did meet him through Greg and them. But he is a really cool dude, and I'm glad to call him my friend. I'm not sure if you guys can see this thing sitting over here that I have kind of hiddenly stacked over here in a corner. I watch this channel. It's actually just a drawing channel from Australia, which I do believe we did have somebody from Australia in here, I think. Wasn't it that guy? That was actually my very first commenter. Where is his name? Aiden Lodo. Unless I really butchered that. I don't think I did. A-I-D-E-N-L-O-D-O. Aiden Lodo. I think I got that.
That's how I say it.
Anyway, so I watch it's an Australian channel, and it's called Draw with Jada. And it's something that it's a channel that I have grown to really, really love. But he was using this tablet thing. I have yet to unbox it. Well, I've already played with it, but I haven't done an unboxing video for it yet. But you know how I do like my t-shirts and stuff, right? Well, I'm hoping that this right here will help me. I'm hoping that it will help me actually do some more freehand stuff. Like a lot of this stuff here is a lot of just like straight line work where you can bend the vectors and all that. It's not necessarily a lot of actual freehand artwork, which I don't have my art book here. I don't know where the hell it is. But I actually do freehand paper artwork. And I haven't been able to master it on the computer because this does not make a very good pencil. I mean, I know it makes a very good mouse and a pointer, but it does not make a very good pencil. And so I'm hoping that this tool here will help me actually be able to start bringing my artwork into the digital realm and make some cooler t-shirts and different other stuff, and see what I can come up with. I want to try to do, like, you have your old car auto guy face cartoonized. I want to see if I can try to do that with my Mohawk using this, because I can take like a regular picture and I can actually draw on top of the picture using different paint programs. But again, it's kind of hard to draw when all I had was a mouse. But let me do some quick shout outs with the people that are in here. We've already definitely shouted out your channel, which you do a way better job than I do.
Only because you weren't there.
Hey, I don't care. You already know that's the game plan. Well, why don't we segue straight from shouting out your channel to shouting out your I don't know, you're almost like a married couple now.
Almost.
But who would be the better half there? Would that be you or would it be Grant? Vote in the comments down below. Who is the better half, Grant or Jason?
I would say Grant, because he's the organized one. So yeah, I think he would keep me in line.
All right, well, let's see what the chat thinks. Grant or Jason is the better half. And don't pull any punches. I want to see some of this here down here. Let me get this chat going, because my chat rate's kind of slow at the moment. I almost cried when 550 blew up. 550 what? What am I missing here? Oh, okay. He's got 4 Ford trucks with blown motors right now. Yeah, found on road dead. That if we got to go meme it, that's where we're at. Let's see. Anyway, so we got Straight Six Fan. Can't forget him. So we have Grant in the house. We have Jason. We have the dynamic duo with their live streams on Thursday nights. Now, Straight Six Fans does offbeat, what he likes to call offbeat hot rodding, which I know I butchered that. There's more to it than that. but I got the gist of it. I know it's what he calls offbeat hot rodding. And I know he's gonna nail me down in the comments for it. Let's see who else we got. We got Steve Fast from Hammer Down Motorsports and his latest video, which if you haven't seen it, go check it out. He definitely earned that video, and not necessarily in a good way. Which, Jason, you will find that out later because you will watch that video after the live stream. Or are you watching it now?
No, actually, I am. I'm getting ready to scoot out of here so I can take the dog for a walk and then head off to bed. So I will watch it.
You're gonna go out and walk the dog, huh? That's not code for anything, is it? Are you actually literally gonna go walk the dog?
No, the wife's been in bed for an hour, so that's not code for anything.
Oh, I apologize to Mrs. Carr, but
oh, we are slowly fading away from PG-13 here. It's not funny.
This channel did not start out at PG-13. I don't know where you're going from.
Oh, shoot.
We lost that when we started drinking beer. Which I still have beer sitting underneath my cup, apparently, because I'm leaving little.
Grant likes to focus on budget-minded, relatable, creative builds, a little something he likes to call offbeat hot rodding. Okay,
well, see, I told you he'd call me on it. Okay, so then we got Steve, and he does all kinds of cool stuff. He's got he's got one of almost every kind of truck out there. I don't think he has a Toyota. You know, he's got a Ford. I know he's got a Dodge. I know he's got a Chevy. I don't think he has.
Well, he's got that jacked up foreign rig that his wife drives, whatever the heck that is. I've never heard of it before. It's just a piece of junk.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's foreign, so that's close enough to
and that's not a truck though.
Foreign.
That's a lifted minivan. That's not a truck. It's a lifted station wagon.
Oh shoot.
So anyway, so we got Steve with all of his shenanigans and his SS Camaro is what is it, a sixth gen, 7th gen? 6th gen. They don't have a 7th gen yet. You got his Camaro, which happens to be a red V6 toaster. There you go, Steve. That one's for you. That a Kia Soul can beat. Anyway, so by the way, Steve, thank you for that comment earlier. It did help. I was having some issues earlier, and he brought a ray of sunshine to my otherwise very rainy and wet day.
Before you get into another topic of discussion there, I'm going to take off here at this point. So thanks for having me on here for about 30 minutes. And guys, don't forget to go over and subscribe to my channel.
Yes, we want to blow up Bubbles.
See, I did it
again. Blow up Bubbles till he gets there. Really, I mean, I don't think it's going to be that long of a time, but really, 2,000? Couldn't go with like 1,500? Got all the way to 2,000. No, you said 3,000, didn't you?
No, 2,000,
not 3,000.
So we're talking like 750. That's not that far away.
Well, I guess I'm just looking at it at my rate of climbing. I'm looking at 2,000 being not until next year sometime, maybe the end of this year. Maybe.
Well, according to Social Blade, I should hit 2,000 subscribers by September. I hope it doesn't take that long.
Away.
I know it is. So get to work, damn it.
Hold on. You can't go anywhere just yet. I'm holding you hostage here for 10 seconds. I just want to see where I'm at. All right, so for me to hit 2,000 subscribers, it's not going to be until April, end of April next year, a year away. At my current climb rate, a year away. That's sad.
Let's see what Social Blade says. I haven't checked it in the last couple of weeks.
Mine says 2,000 subscribers by April 25th. And I'm here just happy to hit 1,500 subscribers by August 19th. You know, unless I do something big like, you know, a certain highlighter yellow Corvette. I'm dude, I want that car so bad. In the worst way. And the thing is, it's not even just because it's a Corvette. I mean, yeah, having a Corvette would be cool, but I mean, give this to be the YouTuber in me and the looking at the opportunity to grow. But I mean, you think about it, it's not only is it a good car to have on the channel, and you know, you can do all kinds of cool stuff with, like take it down to the drag strip and break it. But you know, you think about it, you know, I'm going to be, it would be on Mike's channel, all of those viewers, you're going to have, you know, you're going to have InShane Design posting it on their Instagram. So you have all of those followers. You know, not to mention it's a bright neon yellow car. I'm not going to be able to go anywhere. I mean, geez, I could be pitch black and somebody's going to find me. Just look for the thing that looks like a giant lightning bug sitting in the middle of the damn parking lot.
What color was the car before they wrapped it? I forget. Was it black?
Black. It's
black,
a straight black car. So it's black car,
so,
black interior, which is also right up my alley.
Yeah, so I think I would be ripping the highlighter yellow off of there.
But the thing is, it would be really pointless to rip that thing off right away.
Well, yeah, you'd want to make some content so that everybody knows that is the car.
Right. You want to make, plus mention, you want to keep the fame of that car, what it looks like, for as long as you can, until the value, the actual visual value wears off.
Yeah.
You know, and then of course, you know, you're gonna go make a big deal about doing something else, or big deal about taking it off, whatever. You know, just like us YouTubers do. But I mean, I'm sitting here thinking about, you know, just the possibilities of what winning something like that could do for my channel. I don't have the money to blow out on, you know, buying a car like that to get there. And I'm not saying that getting that car is going to give me a long-standing boost, but it definitely wouldn't hurt.
But there's a huge crowd of people out there who will simply watch videos of people smoking the tires off of anything, whether it's a Corvette or it's a Chevette.
Well,
so,
that would also help.
You know, you could gain a lot of subscribers just from continually putting a set of rear 20-inch tires on that thing, you know, every other week.
Yeah, yeah. If I had the views to support that kind of income, because
yeah, but you would
like that. It's like $300-400 a tire.
So here's my math on gaining subscribers from shoutouts and that sort of implementation is 1%.
Yeah, I would say
is 1% really that hard. So you take
but 1% off
Street Speed 717. Yeah, look, I don't know exactly his numbers, but he's over 800K.
Yeah,
he's probably up to 9 by now. But anyways, 800K, 1% of 800K. Do the math.
I know. I mean, that's at least 7,000 subs.
8,000 subs. That's 8,000 subs.
That's way more than I got now.
Yep. So if you take the 8,
that 10K.
Exactly. You get the 8 that you gain plus the 12 that you got. Yep.
That pushed me to 10K.
10,000 subs. 10,000 subs would gain you probably.
And then just the subs of people. How about just the subs of people that like Corvettes?
There you go. You'll draw them in. Like I said, I just use the 1% rule.
You know, and guess what? I didn't even realize we didn't even get through some people, and I already got some people that are bugging out on me. Well, we know Jason's bugging out because he's got to go walk the dog. No hanky panky involved there.
Not today anyway. Anyways, we'll see you guys later.
Go find a fire hydrant.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so now that my friend Jason's out, it's just me and a pint of Guinness and you guys here. So anyway, so we'll get through here. We'll check out some of you guys' other channels here. We got our usuals here. We definitely have Steve from Hammer Down Motorsports, which I've just said like 6 times. We have a Straight Six fan here. 410 Auto Tech and his whole reviews, and I really want to watch that video that you have on the my cats are being assholes. Shut up. Sorry for 410 Auto Tech. The video you have on the Universal Tech, because I was trying to go to that school at one point. Junk for Work, definitely have him. He's definitely know he's from Russ Belt's live stream. And I have him. I have subscribed to him as well. You got William Singer. That I know that name's been here quite a few times now. Dick Skinner's Shop at Snap-on Tuesday. He's definitely from Rust Belt. In fact, he was here, I think, for the first time last week. Which, talking on that, if we can, if I can find out how he does that points thing, that'd be pretty awesome to do in here as well. We got Mrs. Formula. I'm not sure if Chris is in here yet, but definitely we have Mrs. Formula. Yep, there's Chris. There's Firebird Nation Car Club. Not the same Chris that we were just celebrating their birthday. And now I'm pretty far back in the chat here. So we got Ryan Boris. What else do I see in here? Maybe I might back up to, I thought I saw Pete in here from Camaro Time. Pretty sure I saw him. No? Did I not see him? Yeah, I did. There's Pete. We got Pete from Camaro Time. Welcome to the house. The only person I'm missing is somebody needs to find Z Outlaw SS. I don't know where the hell is he at today. Normally he's in here chilling with us. But unlike last week, we are not hitting the thumbs down button this week. So if you've been in here so far, I want you guys to go hit the thumbs up button. And if you feel so inclined, going back to my last live stream where I had you guys all hit the thumbs down button and switch that back over to a thumbs up, because I think we've beaten the trolls in that one. That would be much appreciated. And you haven't shared this video yet, please do so, because the more people we have here in the chat room, and possibly the more people we have up here on video with me, the more interesting this live stream will get. Normally, it actually gets pretty interesting towards the end of it. Not that I'm discounting any of you guys that no, not thumbs down, thumbs up this time. Thumbs up. I think you're just trolling me there. Anyway, not that I don't appreciate all you guys that join here in the beginning, because obviously it won't ever get off the ground if I don't have people here in the beginning. But by the time we weed out towards the end and we're a few drinks in, this live stream definitely does get a little wild. Why am I the only one? The only one to what? That's the only other thing I hate about doing this by myself without someone else to talk to. The chat is a little bit behind what I see. So like you guys type it up and I may not see it for a little bit, and then if I speak, obviously then that's even longer until you guys hear what I say in response to what you typed. So to have an actual like feedback conversation, there's like it's about a minute lag between the time that you write your response and you hear a response back from me. In fact, my chat just crashed. So now I can't see any of your guys' chats. Hold on. There we go. We're back, I think. Maybe. There you guys all are. Oh, yeah, my chat had crashed there for a minute, and I don't even know where the hell I'm at now. Where were you guys back at? Better beard, better half on Jason. Better beard, better half, Jason on the way. Nothing is impossible. Junk from work, just apt and overcome. Now I missed all of this. I see an American flag on Jason's shirt. Well, there's an American flag here too. Though I'm not sure. I missed what was on Jason's shirt. Jason has better facial hair. Well, I'm sorry, Grant. You are right on that one. Let's see. We have not had any good luck painting vehicles. Maybe you can help me. What kind of brush is best to use? See, I didn't see any of this stuff. Sorry, guys. I'm catching back up on the chat apparently. Dog needs to poop too. Yeah, of course. Speaking beer, I need to figure out how I can export Yingling to me in Kansas. I think they do have Yingling out in Kansas. You're going to have to search around, talk to your beer distributor. Then they might be able to get it for you. If not, you're going to have to pay me big bucks for me to ship it out to you, because I think that's bootlegging. You might have to fire up the Trans Am and take a road trip. This is all stuff while Jason was still here, so I'm way behind in the chat. Let's see, where are you guys at? Yeah, see, like, make a beer run in the Trans Am. We're talking about all of Mrs. Firebird's Trans Ams, which I am super jelly of. Okay, now I think I'm caught back up. Okay, so 410 Auto Tech, I'm going to have to check out on that Streamlabs and see if we can get this, get some more cool features in this live. I just got to make sure that it still works with the setup that I do, because obviously none of my streaming buddies that I stream with are all in one spot like they are for the Rust Belt Mechanic Show. So, like, I have to be able to take feeds from different people. Like the Hangouts does it for me. I don't have to. By the way, Mrs. Formby, I'm only going to help clean them if you deliver them to me, because, you know, I'm not going to sit there and clean cars I can't play with. Have you seen my poor Dirty Bird? I don't even get to clean that one. Still only 1 thumbs up. I mean, come on, guys. Maybe I just might have to call off early. I don't have the support. I mean, come on. There's how many of you guys in here? All right, see you 410. Yeah, and I can't see that, so somebody's going to have to keep me updated. Well, that goes good, because we got seven viewers, and well, we have 8 viewers and 8 thumbs up. That works for me. Anyway, so get this stream shared out to other people. We need to get more people here to chat. Be cool to get us up to like 15 or 20 viewers. That'd be freaking awesome. It looks like we were up to as high as 12 at one point. Maybe. It looks like it was as high as 12. Yeah, we had as high as, looks like, yeah. Our highest total so far tonight was 12. Ryan, if you refresh your live stream, it should update the thumbs up, thumbs down, and total viewers. At least it should. Let's see. Do I have anybody coming in here shortly? Hang in with me, guys, here. I mean, I can hold the fort by myself for a little while, but it does become hard to talk to myself. Let's see. I took an 85 Corvette out of storage on Good Friday, about a half turn trying to get it started. It locked up. Did the Marvel's Mystery Oil in the cylinders. No help. 4-speed. Try to rock it. Still won't move. Is Chris in the live stream? I'm not sure if he is. I might have to send him the thing. But like I said, if he's not doing it from a laptop, I'm going to have to send him a link through his email. So he needs to message me. But the laptop works best for doing it. Elliot, if you're home, please click the link and come join me. I need somebody to talk to. I made a toolbox tour if anyone is interested. Sure, I might go check that out after the live stream. I haven't done a toolbox tour recently, but my toolbox is a mess. You watch my videos, you'll see that it's a mess. Now, we cleaned it up last time I was there, but I've basically been I had a tool bag that was half packed to go to the junkyard. I was working out of that. I had tools all over the table. It was a mess. While we're sitting here, pray for my RAM. While we are, mine's all Craftsman, and I think I have some Popular Mechanics stuff. I have some gear wrench stuff. Maybe some miscellaneous Mac and Craftsman, but it's only shit that I picked up off of toolboxes that I picked up at yard sales. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm actually trying to get some more entertainment up on here. Lasix video on this. Isaac, that was that bright the yellow 75 Nova, right? Basically untouched, stock looking radio delete car.
You sure about that?
I don't know. I hear you. I take it your RAM made it through okay? A little bit. All right, we have Elliot. He does not have a YouTube channel, but he does have a lovely bunch of coconuts. That is where you're supposed to. Never mind. Elliot, you lost out.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I could hear you the first time.
Oh, thought you said you couldn't.
No, I could.
All right.
Now you need to juggle a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Well, what a coincidence! I'm fresh out of coconuts.
Damn it! How about a Lucy?
Well, I can't juggle something. There's only one of. Speaking of which, where is that little spawn of Satan?
I don't know. My spawn is
planning something.
Being a pain in the ass behind me. A bunch of little soot sprites running around. 10 points if you can get where the term soot sprites come from. 10 points to Gryffindor. Which I'd be amazed if anybody in this chat room knew what a soot sprite was.
What if they're a Hufflepuff?
They're not.
Sure.
Yep, soot sprites have nothing to do with Harry Potter.
Oh.
Darn it.
Well, I mean,
You're
no,
laughing.
I don't want to update World of Tanks. Jesus. You want to update this? You want to update this? Open up Steam. You want to update this?
Well, that's okay. I had everything telling me it was shutting down on me in the middle of doing my live stream.
Oh dear. All right.
I did check my messages and I sent him a message. I'll go back and smack your mother.
Slap your mama.
No, that's Smokey and the Bandit line.
Oh.
We're all over the place. This live stream is just
Why is it not?
Do I ever have a live stream that is like boom 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 in a row?
No.
No. I don't have ducks in a row, do I?
We don't even have ducks.
No, I have squirrels.
Yeah, that's accurate.
And they're all drunk. What line? Half of them don't even get up.
Sound manager.
Nova does not need a mullet. Nova likes his mohawk, which is still here, just underneath the hat and not up. Because I didn't feel like putting it up today. Not enough Viagra in my hairspray can.
That's the microphone I want.
Steve. You'll have to bring your mullet wig up and we'll have to go play around in the cold. That'd be an awesome video. But I gotta get Trans Am running. Speaking of news that was shared to a lot of people, but not in the live stream. Last week we were talking about the fact that I was trying to get a hold of a Holley Sniper EFI for the TA. Well, yeah, that's not happening. Not unless I can get up the funds to do so, because that's $1,500, and I don't have $1,500, and I was not approved for the loan for said $1,500. So the I think it was Chase Bank gave me the big old heave ho and said, "Go fuck off." So it's either we crowdfund that shit, and I entertain $1,500 out of you guys, which would be a really dick move on my part, which I probably won't do, or it's gonna have to wait. So it's back to trying to get the carburetor rebuilt and get that thrown on the car. And at the moment, it's just gonna end up being putting the car back together as it is and get it running as best as I can with the Autobrock that's on it, and just get the truck in the shop, because without that, without a good carburetor on that car, it's not gonna be able to go on the street. I can bring it around the yard, but it's not going to run good enough for it to be a streetable hot rod. But that is one sucky news. In other news, I did a thing in trying to win a certain bright highlighter yellow Corvette from a certain YouTuber's channel. I created a poster for Jean Grey. Now, I know I posted a teaser shot of it on Instagram, just a very tippy-toppy corner. And I did post a photo of it in the live stream chat on Facebook that we have for the people that join the live stream here. But you guys here are going to get a sneak peek of it here. Where did I stick it? Here it is. No. You know what? I should be able to do it this. No, I'm not going to do it that way. Where is that shot? See if I can pull it up. Now this is taking a photo off of a photo, because this is taking a picture of this laptop. So I made, this is going to be a 20 by 36 poster.
Nice.
And that actually was taken, that photograph was taken, I think, back in 2014. It's actually taken in front of my work. That barn is in front of one of the buildings that I work at. It's actually where they store all of their winter snow removal equipment. But did that show up clean on the live stream? I'm not sure if I
clean enough.
Clean enough. But I'm planning on actually hanging that right here.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because I need a backdrop. This blank wall is just not cutting it. And I did have a piece of poster board that I had my shirt hanging on, but girlfriend cleaned up my poster board.
Wait.
Now, credit, she cleaned up the poster board. So, you know, it wasn't actually meant for me anyway. It actually, the other side of it was all of the photos from my kid's first year. It was like one of those like fold out like school display boards. Yeah, and so like on the inside of it, it has like, it was his first birthday. If you go back through, I think my Instagram posts, if not my girlfriend's, you'll see the actual board itself when it was on display at the party. Yeah, that is Jean Grey in that picture. That is my car's name. 10 points to Hufflepuff if you get where that came from.
We're gonna have to start keeping track soon.
Nobody's gotten any points yet, so I don't see anybody that tell me where a soot spray came from. And somebody might actually get this one. Did that 3 foot on the crack? Bolt was turned on the crank.
I was about to say
3 foot of crack, man. Oh my god, I think you'd be dead. Either that or seeing all of the fucking dragon unicorns.
Yeah.
How did that name happen? Well, again, if you know where the name came from, you can guess why the name happened. And also, you could also go back all the way through the beginning of my Trans Am. What do they call those group of videos that you put together in one spot? Brain.
Playlist.
A playlist. There you go. Thank you. 10-point sticker for door. I need another.
I got a notepad somewhere. I gotta keep track of this shit.
I need another beer. You got one of those somewhere too?
I don't. You should have said something before I left the store.
Well, no, I got beer in the fridge, but that means I have to get up and go get it.
Well, boo-hoo.
Anyway, so well, unfortunately, William, that is a one-off poster that I used to enter the Street Speed 717 giveaway, but I do have it downloaded. I do have a copy of it downloaded on my computer, and I might possibly see if I can get it uploaded onto Teespring and sell it. We'll see. Oh,
goddamn it.
But yeah, Jean Grey is the name of my car. And if you go to my Trans Am's playlist, I think it's like the 4th or 5th video in, we do go about naming the Trans Am. Now, if you haven't guessed by now, I'm a little bit of a, I don't know, would it be a geek?
Nerd,
whatever. But I like anime. I like comic books. I like video games. So so far, I've had references from car movies. I've had references from Japanese anime. And the most recent reference, which would be the Jean Grey, is a Marvel comic books. Jean Grey is the name of a X-Men that when she dies, she comes back as the Phoenix, which is why my license plate reads Phoenix, and her name is Jean Grey, and the fact that she is a Firebird. So yeah, it was a little geek play on words, and a little fun. But that is how that is how my Trans Am became named Jean Grey. Now there is the other car, Christine. That one did not get its name because, well, yes, it did, and no, it didn't. I didn't watch the movie Christine and said, oh wait, you know what, I'm going to name my car Christine. In fact, I didn't even name my car Christine. My second girlfriend named it Christine because she hated the car. And she had good reason to hate it. And even long before I met her, if you would talk bad about the car while within earshot of the car, like say you had it running, like if I had the car running in the driveway and my mom would call it Shitty Shitty Bang Bang, which was her nickname for it, because at that point it was shit brown with tweed interior.
Oh my god.
So he if you talk bad about the car while it was sitting there running, it would shut off. It wasn't like, okay, in like 5 minutes it shuts off. No, like within 30 seconds of saying something, it would shut off. It was weird. It was creepy as fuck. And it wasn't like once or twice that it did it. It did it all the time. Be running perfectly fine, purring like a kitten, and all of a sudden, bleh, 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 just dies.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I've had stuff on that car that used to fix itself. Like when I first got the car, the wiper blades did not work. I didn't fix them.
The mechanism didn't work, or the wiper blades were just useless.
They would go up and they would go down, right? They would do this, but they wouldn't go wherever you turn them off at is where they stayed.
Oh.
And if you had them down and you went up above like 60 miles an hour, they would go up and then they would start doing this all on their own.
Wow.
Well, eventually they started working. They actually would finish their cycle, go back home. And they wouldn't come up when you went above 60 miles an hour anymore. different other stupid stuff. I had my dash lights went out the one time. In fact, it actually got my ass pulled over because I was doing 65 down a hill that was 45, and I couldn't tell how fast I was going because it was pitch black and I didn't have any dash lights.
Hmm.
And there was a cop sitting at the bottom of the hill.
That's got to be a funny conversation right there. Cop pulls you over. Know how fast you were going? Actually, officer, no, I didn't.
No, I don't have dash lights. He says, well, that's not my problem.
Of course.
I ended up fixing them the next day with a fusible link. Well, a couple months down the road, I realized that the fusible link was blown, but yet my dash lights were working again. They didn't work because of the switch that I put in, because that wasn't working anymore. They were working off the headlight switch again.
Yeah.
Yeah, go figure that one out.
Science.
But anyway, so my ex named it Christine because it used to 6 spiders on her. And then, all the other stuff that I'd already mentioned. The car had a mind of its own. It did not like any girlfriend I was with. Now, granted, that thing's been off the road now for quite a while, so it's really not happy with me.
I wouldn't imagine so.
Now, if only it would start fixing itself in the freaking back lot it's in. That'd be great.
Oh, yeah. Move that right up there with grass that cuts itself.
Hey. Jess just said if it would drive itself into a junkyard.
Ouch.
See, this is why my car doesn't like any of my girlfriends. But yeah, so that one's name is Christine, and then you have Jean Grey is the Trans Am, which again, like I said, it was just me being a dork. And then the Ram, I don't have a name for the Ram that I consider. I mean, we call it the Beast, but it's more like the Dead. The No-Go. Oh, wait, that's the Nova.
Literally in Spanish.
I've ignored the chat again. I have a really bad habit of doing that when I get into a conversation. They're talking about your gun and the cat.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, it's only a pellet gun, but the cat is still nowhere to be found.
Oh, and I probably should check to see if Chris messaged me anymore. I don't think he did. No, he didn't. Okay. I have a spook here if I can catch it. It's a big spook. Whoa, unhappy spook.
Oh, it's a heckin' big spook.
Yeah, it is. It's the big one. This one's Scarlet.
What an ironic name.
Well, Scarlet was supposed to be a girl. Goodbye. Bye.
Camera shy much?
Pretty much, apparently. Yeah, that one was supposed to be a girl.
Supposed to.
Yeah, we found out it wasn't a girl when we tried to get it spayed.
That'll do it.
We had to go pick up her cat, and we're like, yep, your girl cat's got her nuts chopped off. We're like, oh. So now it's our transgender kitty.
Oh, Christ.
It's the cat who thought it was a girl. Now it is a girl. And then the little one's name is Hollow, but that one's about as easy to find as damn it, the fucking stupid. No, the no-headed horseman guy.
Oh.
I was trying to make a Sleepy Hollow reference, and I just totally fucked it up.
Just wait.
Woohoo! Normally I'm not used to having you on the show this early.
Well, usually I don't get out of work until 10 minutes ago.
Right, what time is it?
10:10. Well, 10:09, but now it's 10:10.
Yeah, because normally I have Matt and possibly Alan show up right about now, and then I get you after they log off.
Hmm.
Like I have like my show ends up in segments. Like I get Jason and Chris and I had somebody else who used to come join me around that time, JA, and then I would have Matt, and then I would have you. We just skipped the whole Matt section. I don't think any of those crew are coming this weekend. So
Probably not.
who's leaving? Is Aiden leaving?
It would appear so.
But like I said, perhaps 407 was owned by as a project. 4x4. What are we selling to Mike? Because I'm sorry, but Mike doesn't need any cars. Oh my God, did you see what he's doing in that poor Taser? He wants to freaking chop the top off of it. Like, geez, I mean, the thing's on
Taser, what?
It's a Tahoe / Blazer that was from the mid '90s.
Oh.
It's technically, in my concern, it's a Blazer, but they dropped the name Blazer and started calling it a Tahoe.
His videos haven't been showing up on my my recommended videos.
Well, he's got this thing, and he's doing a pretty cool build so far. He definitely hasn't lifted it. He just used the torsion bars to lift the front end up. He put some 33-inch tall tires on it. He's got a snorkel on it, a light bar. He gutted the interior out of it. He's got a front rear bumper on it, a roof rack, right? Pretty decent little fun build. I've enjoyed watching him beat the snot out of it. More so watched Steve beat the snot out of his GMC with that one beating the snot out of the. But anyway, so he's apparently already gotten bored of it, which I think you put a fucking lift kit on it. Let's freaking max this sucker out. Yeah. It's just a beater. You don't want to give it away to anybody because it's a liability at that point because of how old it is.
Mm-hmm.
But he was talking about cutting the top off of it, like an old school Bronco. Basically from the windshield back.
Yeah.
No, if you're gonna cut the top off of it, do it like the old school Blazers and cut it off right behind the driver's seat.
Yeah.
But he's got a Jeep. He also just got a new Jeep Sahara.
I was about to say Sierra,
which is a 4-door, which already has a removable top. Just keep the Blazer the way it is. Continue doing mods to it. Whatever suits your fancy, or whatever, let it go. But I don't know. It was it's not a clean truck, but it was a decent looking truck when he got it. It was a single family owned car. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad either. Oh my God, William. Yeah, so that was definitely fucking awesome. If you hadn't catch that video, Steve and Mike at RF Racing, I forget what his real name is, but Bobby from RF Racing. They ran over 2 junked cars in Send It Steve's yard.
Nice.
The Blazer went over it first, and then Send It Steve took the freaking F450 over it.
Good Lord.
Oh my God, you want to talk about pancakes? And that thing came down off the other end of the freaking cars like a fucking sack of potatoes.
Jesus.
Like the Blazer kind of hopped off and bounced, right? The F450 just came off and just dropped like a cartoon rock. Like Wild Coyote going out into the middle of the freaking canyon and then realized he was not above solid ground and just goes, whoop. That's what the back end of that truck did. It just came off the end of the cars and just went, boom.
Some guy I watch, he does a lot of car review stuff, legit car reviews, not some other channels I mentioned. Doug DeMuro.
Okay, yeah, he's
long time ago. He used to have a Hummer H1 and not the diesel one either, the gasoline one.
Yeah,
but he still uses it to run over a PT Cruiser.
Well, they have those drop spindles, right? Not drop spindles, but the
portal gears. No, I don't think so. That's the Unimog. Wait,
well,
no, I think they do actually.
The original Hummer had that. That was that was part of the difference between the original Hummer and the civilian version. The original Hummer, the H1, had those weird axles.
The portal gears.
Yeah. And they could literally climb up a wall, a 90-degree wall. Because the way that the wheels were situated. Whereas the H2s were actually on a truck chassis. They were on a Suburban chassis.
Yeah.
So they were basically just a truck with a Hummer body on them. Which is a completely different than, is that Lucy?
That.
What is that?
You can't hear him, can you?
No.
That's my roommate.
Oh. Oh no, I'm seeing your microphone. That's what I'm seeing.
Oh, what, this little black thing right here?
Yeah, I thought it was Lucy hopping around on your bed.
Apparently this is Lucy. Yeah, you're on YouTube. Say hi. You think I'm joking?
No, you're not joking. Yeah, we're live on YouTube. Goodbye.
Sure. Coke. No, not really.
Sure don't eat that one.
I take this one.
You can smell it.
Yeah, because you can smell it.
Well, that one looks like it's got, ew, that looks like a butthole.
Come on.
A butthole with a turtle poking. I need another beer.
There are crumbs all over my fucking keyboard now.
That's what you get for trying to eat a powdered donut.
I have solutions. Clean.
Yeah, that is exactly what we're talking about, William.
Yeah.
Steve said get Dragon here. I do not think Greg would touch my live stream with a 10-foot pole. I think that he is completely done with me, and that's just me saying. Elliot, do you think you can entertain them for 5 seconds?
5 seconds, maybe.
Let's just start jiggling your coconuts.
Sorry to break it to you people. I don't have coconuts.
He's got donuts.
Yeah, I got donuts, but I'm not gonna juggle it because it's making a metric ass load of crumbs just sitting in my hand. Oh, your footsteps.
So next week's stream is going to be a little bit different than this one.
How so?
Next week's live stream is going to be my birthday.
Oh shit!
I know, right? We're not having a Guinness this time. And something else you rarely ever see me do is drink from the bottle.
Yeah, for real.
I just didn't feel like rinsing out my mug and didn't feel like grabbing another one. Not that I don't have a whole freezer full of iced mugs. I do, literally, like, you know, like you have your freezer and then you have the little freezer door on the top.
Yeah.
And, you know, like you have one shelf in there.
Mm-hmm.
Half of that bottom shelf over, all the way from the front of the freezer all the way to the back is nothing but mugs.
Good Lord.
Oh, yeah. I like my cold mugs. I don't care if it's in, you know, alcohol, but Kool-Aid, doesn't matter. Goes in a nice mug. Stays nice and cold. Milk in an ice mug is freaking awesome.
I'm going to get right back. I'm going to go wash this sugar off my hands.
Yeah, you look like you've been diving into a fat lady.
You couldn't just say like a pile of cocaine.
No, because that'd be too that would be too predictable.
Oh yeah, totally. Be right back.
Well, hopefully you are here next week, William, because you know it's not only is it my birthday, but it's also Mother's Day. We will be celebrating. I just don't know if I'm going to name the next one NOVAtazz Garage Talk with Friends 15, or if I'm just going to name it like Birthday Bash or something like that. I might just do the whole thing and then put Birthday Bash after it. So, anybody else enter to win that Corvette? Or do you know what? Why don't we do this here first? I don't know how many people I have in here right now. It looks like it says about 8, but I could be wrong.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Well, did you really need that much flour?
I'm back. It's here. Don't know if you can see her.
It's the little soot sprite.
Turn the camera up there. Oh.
Wait, which one is that one? No, never mind. That's the big one. I thought the little one had made an appearance, but it wasn't it.
Yeah, she's gone.
I mean, she's not trying to attack your freaking computer today.
Yeah.
It looks like he blew his seal. Oh, wait, it's a donut.
Wow. Come on.
Oh, no.
On there.
Well, yeah, I can understand that one. Well, if you really want to, you can always come have a beer with us and hang out with friends instead of being mopey by yourself, because grieving is always better with a group.
Always.
It doesn't always end up so well when you grieve on your own. I have the windows open back here, and this spoop is apparently, or soot sprite, or demon spawn, whatever you want to call him.
Tiny little Satan.
Yeah, it is thinking that he wants to be a wild spoop. He's all like, I don't know, they get all weird when they get near a window. It's like they forget that they're an indoor cat for some reason.
Yeah.
But anyway, beverage of choice. What is your beverage of choice besides donut?
Well, I wouldn't really call a donut a beverage, but
I was just being an ass.
I mean, you could probably put a donut in a blender with some ice cream.
Yep. Jess just hit the nail on the head. You put it in a glass. You put milk in the glass, and you take one of those Braun hand blenders, and you just.
Jesus Christ.
That is how you feed a donut to somebody who's a choking risk.
Yeah. My friend knows a lot about that, actually. She works for, I forget what the official term is for but she takes care of people who really can't take care of themselves or whose family doesn't want to take care of them.
You mean like the people that I take care of at my real job?
Yeah, but it's a little bit less of a, it's more, I don't know.
Are they regular people that are just old, or are they people with disabilities, or people with mental, or just physical?
Either or.
Because Jess takes care of the physically disabled with IDD, which is intellectual disabilities, like autism or Jess, what's my favorite one? Down syndrome. She takes care of the ones with Downs and autism and things like that. Whereas the people that I take care of at my work have things like schizophrenia, depression, anxiety, borderline personality disorder, other personality disorders, those kind of people. That's the kind of people I take care of.
Well, the kind of people my friend takes care of is mainly physical, but there's also some mental stuff that comes with that too. That some
they're all kind of being in a giant rolled up mess.
Yeah, but like they literally have stuff called thicket that they have to put into anything that they blend up that's too thin. Like some people drink Pepsi with thicket in it, and it sounds absolutely disgusting.
Do you know what thicket is?
No.
You probably have what is in thicket in your freaking kitchen. Well, maybe not your kitchen, your mom's kitchen, maybe.
Cornstarch?
Yep. That's all thicket is.
Wow.
There's nothing in thicket but cornstarch.
Mm-hmm.
It is just packaged in pre-dispensed amounts of cornstarch.
That's
so like you have nectar, you have nectar, you have honey. Those are the two big ones that we use at my work. And literally all it is a pre-dispensed amount of cornstarch for a pre-dispensed amount of liquid.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a 4-ounce cup of juice, you want to thicken it to a nectar consistency. That packet has just enough cornstarch in it to make it that consistency. Instead of having to sit there and measure out,
Yeah, sitting there measuring out by the tablespoon or whatever.
Yeah, you just open a packet, dump it in, shake it up. There you go. Done deal. And to talk to the people here in the chat room, Yeah, I do. I am a typical car guy. I mean, not typical. I am a car guy. I don't give a shit if you've got a Ford. I don't give a shit if you have a Volkswagen. I don't give a shit if you have a riced out Honda. I may not like the car, but if you're a car guy and you're into the car, well, then I have no room to bitch, because not everybody is into classic muscle cars and V8s and, you know, whatever. You know, everybody has their own thing. You know, I have nothing against a low rider 2-wheel drive truck like Chris One Low Blazer has, which happy birthday to him. If you weren't here earlier, it is his birthday. But, you know, it doesn't mean that I can't appreciate the build. Am I going to rag on somebody that cambers the shit out of their car to the point to where they can't keep the tires on the damn car because it's wearing out the sidewalls all the time? Yes. Why? Not because I'm not a car guy, but because that's a safety thing.
Yeah.
It's not cool. It's not performance. It's nothing. It's just retarded.
May as well just put the car on bicycle tires. Probably perform better.
Yeah, probably would, because you're actually running on the tread of the bicycle tires then.
Yeah, not the sidewall.
Yeah, and that's just, you know, I'm one of those people. It's, you know, function over form, or function should follow form.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, form should follow function. One of those ways is correct, by meaning that, you know, the thing should work and then look good. Yeah. And not look good,
or
but
it should look good. Should look good because of how well it works, or something like that.
Yeah. You know, that, you know, the way it looks should be derived from the necessary needs to achieve the performance that you're looking for.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, the turbo sticking out of the freaking hood of the car only looks cool because turbo's got nowhere else to go.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the turbo goes fast.
Turbo goes fast. You need to put that on a shirt. Just turbo goes fast.
You know what? There we go. But see, I don't like
that's got a picture of a snail, but the shell is actually a turbocharger.
Yeah, but that's been done before. At least the snail and the turbo.
Yeah.
But the thing is I'm supposed to check Messenger again. You realize my phone is over here on silent.
Yeah, by the way, it's over there on silent.
Not recognizing link, signed into Google on laptop, update clock. What am I missing? Sign on to Google Hangouts. Well, you should click link. If you have a Google Hangouts account and you're signed into Google, so like you're gonna have to be on a Google browser.
Yeah, you got to be on Google Chrome. It won't work on Internet Explorer.
Yeah. It won't work on Internet Explorer.
Visitor.
We do have it. Oh, it's a Lucy.
It is.
A little soot spray. You have to be on Google Chrome. It doesn't work too well with the Google Hangouts actual app, which is retarded. But
what are you doing, Kat? Nope.
And if you click the link, it should open Google Hangouts browser.
Lucy, no.
Let her go. Let her go, and she will do her thing.
Well, this was wrapped around her when she was trying to get up there, and I didn't want it ripping the wire out of my $45 pair of headphones.
Okay, she was just displaying her pink starfish to everybody.
Her chocolate starfish?
But hers is chocolate? Most black cats. Most black cats have a pink starfish.
Well, I mean, it's chocolate that comes out of it. Or
because it's sticking. It was sticking up in front of the screen on camera. Lucy was displaying. She was being a little slut.
You little pussy.
But anyway, yes, life is too short to be closed-minded. Anyway, so you need to be signed onto Google Chrome. Open that up and open up your Facebook on your Google browser. Click the link in the message, and it should pop. It should open up. It should open up Google Hangouts. We really got to remind me to do this test when we're not doing an actual live stream.
Yeah.
Gotta have a test night. Well, we will get Chris on here at one point. As I'm not sure, you've probably never been in a conversation with him. He's a hoot. I talked to him. He drives a truck the long hauls across the states, and so we'll chit chat while he's monotonous driving down the highway. And so we'll talk about car stuff and Trans Ams and stuff like that. Which I think I'm supposed to go speak to him about a carburetor. I'm not positive though. Just think I remember that somewhere. By the way, did you see my new toy?
New toy?
My new toy.
The hell is it?
It's a drawing tablet.
Oh my gosh.
So you thought that like my shirts and shit were cool before?
Wait until now.
I know, because now I can actually draw. I mean, like I have. Let's see. Facebook. Easiest to find it. There we go. Pictures. Where are my pictures at? Friends.
Probably in your gallery.
Yeah, but I don't see that. Songs, friends, life events, story highlight, timeline, photos. See all photos. Gallery. No, that's the stuff on my phone. I don't want that stuff. I want the stuff that's uploaded to YouTube already. Not YouTube.
You like not stand on the phone?
Oh yeah, that would probably not be preferable.
Oh my god.
Like what people didn't know, or I wouldn't say people didn't know. A lot of people here don't probably know that I did artwork for like forever. No, I don't want to make it a profile picture. I want to do it.
Background change.
What?
Cat's just sitting up on my desk, just batting around some loose change I have. Hey.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Well, that's on the phone.
Oh, excuse me.
Hey, don't you eat that. It's not how you gain value.
I'm not sure if you can see that. Like that?
Yeah.
I can root that. I'm not sure how clear that's coming.
Not very, but definitely tell it's a cobra. Move it up just a little bit more.
Focus.
It's
not focusing.
Try holding it a little bit farther back.
Focus, damn it.
Still not focusing.
Yeah, it's because it's black and white, probably.
Robs. It's like, what is this vintage crap?
All right. Anyway, yeah, it's actually pretty nice. If you, I think I have them on my Instagram.
Still not focusing.
Well, how far back do I need to
go? Try holding the phone like this in front of it first, and I'll let you know when it focuses, and you can move your hand. All right, it focused. Or did it? Oh.
Hey, there's a Chris.
There is.
Hey, here you go.
Maybe.
The camera down just a little.
Just a bit.
We got it.
Yeah, tilt your camera down, or point it down.
Yeah, we're seeing the top of your forehead.
Yeah, you look like Wilson from Home Improvement.
Can you move?
I gotta adjust the camera. Do.
Well, you gotta adjust the camera, otherwise everybody's only gonna see your forehead.
That's okay. I'm here.
Hey, there we go. We got you. All right, so this is Chris. He is Firebird Nation Car Club in the chat. Everybody say hello. He is running a car club for Firebirds, obviously from his name. See if I can get this one to show up here. Focus.
Where's the speaker, honey?
I think you're too close.
Cut off. Now that I did when I was still in school.
Damn.
That's another one, but that's not a car. That one I did, I was like 9.
Nice.
Let's just go CC. Let's see if I can get this Cobra to focus.
Honey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there's even detail in the headlights, which you can't see.
Yeah, when it's not focused.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to do stuff like that. I have a Mustang that I started.
In the chat.
There we go. Here's a Mustang that I started. Focus on my hand, and then I'll switch the hand out for the thing. There we go.
It keeps sliding.
See it? So that's like like JD Joyride's Mustang kind of thing.
Like a 2005, 2006.
Yeah. But that car had just came out when I started that artwork.
Mm-hmm.
So that just tells you how old those pictures are.
Oh.
Did we lose you? No, we didn't lose you.
His camera lost. Well, his footing.
His camera lost to gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah, gravity won.
I'm trying to balance the laptop on the steering wheel. It's not working so well.
You guys ever see my old Jeep?
You have a Jeep?
I had a Jeep.
Oh my gosh.
I love that thing. Yeah, and see, look, proof it was mine. Just telling the old Nova.
Oh.
Oh. Let's see. Yeah, we allow cursing here. You know what? I don't think I have you as... Do I not? Oh, lovely bunch of coconuts. Where are you? Elliot, type in the chat. I don't care what you write. Just type something so I get your name.
There, I typed in something.
Wow, I wanted to freaking flag that too. I'm gonna put you in timeout.
Oh.
And I should make this one too, especially since he's gonna be up here in the. Ta-da! I love moderators. There you go. Chris, your wife's a moderator as well. I trust you peoples. Anyway, before we kill our chat here. So anyway, so I used to do artwork all the time, and with today, artwork is mainly digital, and it's really hard to. And I did this. I covered this in the beginning of the live stream for the people that were here early. It is really hard to draw with an optical mouse.
Yeah,
I actually think the old ball school mouses were easier to draw with. The trackball.
Yeah.
But these ones, they jump all over the place. Basically means, Mrs. Formula, that if somebody's being bad, you can put them in timeout. You can give them a spanking.
She enjoys doing that.
You would know that, wouldn't you, Chris?
No, I'm at timeout. She's already banned me from Facebook Marketplace and I don't know how many other sites. Because every time I turn around, I find a deal and she tells me, "Don't you think we have enough to draw away?" I'm like,
well, you can always donate 1 or 2 to me.
yeah, I told her we got an open front yard. I said, the more I fill it with, the less she has to mow, right?
There you go.
I need parts. I need parts. Oh.
Yeah, we need to. I don't know if it's too late or not. There's a guy that's selling a whole bunch of stuff. He's moving to the Carolinas, and he lives like a mile from the house out there.
You know what this great thing about people that want to sell shit is, though? They normally want to get paid, which normally means that the person that wants to buy the stuff has to have money.
Trust me. Know how that goes very well.
Yeah, well, my wallet kind of has butterflies and cobwebs.
Same.
I'd have to argue the cobweb bit, Sean, because of the fact that your cash is going out faster than it's staying in. And cobwebs at least hang on to a moldy dollar bill, so you get a half a candy bar or something somewhere along the line.
I get those little the little swirly things that they leave behind in cartoons when something disappears quickly.
Yeah.
I get those left in my wallet.
Yours is like the comic books with your jaw. You open your wallet up and say, okay, I want a soda pop today, and all you see is that little conversation smoke cloud come out. We're empty, or whatever, fill in the blank.
Well, no, like sometimes when you open up a dusty something that hasn't had anything in it in a while, you get the little bugs that come up out of it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my God. Biggie, don't read the comments.
It's too late.
Remove messages, timeout 30 seconds, hide all comment. Yeah.
Oh, that's three.
That's all the stuff that a moderator can do. Which helps me out when I get them the giant flood of trolls that like to come in here every once in a while. That means I can focus on making sure that the stream keeps going on smooth and flawlessly, and I don't have to sit here and stop doing what I'm doing in the stream to take care of a bunch of freaking knuckleheads in the chat room that are freaking spouting off stupid shit.
Yeah, like last time.
Oh my, no. Well, at least that one was funny. I've had some bad ones that have like really said some nasty derogative shit. Like, I don't know, bestiality and crap like that.
Well.
Yeah. So yeah, that stuff needs to go ASAP. And if I'm the only one in here and there's no moderators, it basically means I have to stop doing what I'm doing to do damage control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I admin 3 Facebook groups, and I'm not talking small ones either, big ones, 1,000+ people. And then you got my YouTube channel and all my other, everything that has to do social media for my YouTube. So Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, all of those, Facebook. Well, maybe let me get to know you a little bit more, and Joey. And we'll see about, like I said, I don't mind people that I know being moderators. I just don't going to add somebody that I've only seen in here once. But welcome aboard. That's nothing to do with knocking the fact that you were here. I'm just being awkward at the moment. But welcome aboard, Joey. He's a Mopar channel that I watch. Though he needs to get his beautiful car out in the sunshine. Hopefully it's starting to warm up out there because it is pretty warm out here now.
I think it was 60 when I left work at 9:30.
Yeah, well, he lives out more towards the west and north.
Oh.
Which Chris here can contest. It's still probably pretty cold up that direction, right? Or is it warm?
Depending on what night you're in.
Huh?
Last trip out up there, we come back, we had snow and that coming across Montana. Again, I'm sick of the snow. It's like, go away, give up the ghost. But my first snowstorm usually hits sometime in July. So, by the time winter really gets here, yeah, I'm done with it. Luckily, I'd knock on the wood steering wheel, but I'd probably knock the laptop off.
Yeah.
It's the first winter I haven't had to throw no chains.
What about pilot? What about info on the vet? You talking about the Mike's giveaway Corvette? Because that's the only vet I think that we were talking about. I have a Trans Am and a Nova and a Ram. Chris has got a shit ton of freaking Pontiacs.
Hey, we only got well. Are you counting all of them or just the Firebirds?
Well, no, just the amount of everything. Well, see, there you go. Oh wow, yeah, we don't need your ride going up in a funnel.
6 Firebirds.
Oh, the stuck motor in his Corvette. Duh, stupid. Well, I mean, the thing is you basically done what you can do with the engine in the car. You got Marvel Mystery Oil and down all 8 cylinders. Let that sucker sit. You know, it's not going to work in like 10 seconds. So you basically need to pull that down all the lifters, pour it in all of the cylinders, let that sucker sit. You're going to, well, it's a manual transmission, so you don't have to worry about that. Take off all the accessories. So take off, you know, your alternator, your power steering. You want to take off at least the belts off of it. And like I said, you want to let that sit there and soak, and then you want to try to crank that over with a ratchet with a nice size breaker bar on it on the crank bolt. You know, and just every couple of days go out there and crank it over. You know, or try to crank it over. And if it doesn't work, you're going to have to pull the motor and take it apart. Mm-hmm. You know, you might have something not seized. You might not have like a cylinder seized in the bore. You know, if it moved like a foot and then decided to stop, you might have something wedged. You know, who knows? A bolt might be stuck in somewhere in the rotating assembly somewhere. So you're saying the crank bolt turns, but the motor is stuck. That doesn't make sense.
Could have stripped out the bolt or the threads.
Stripped it out, or he's backing it out, taking the bolt off like you want to pull a harmonic balancer in a pulley, taking the bolt out of the crank.
Yeah, he might be trying to turn it around the wrong way.
Yeah.
I would try turning that bolt the other direction because you might be backing that bolt out, not freaking. You gotta turn it like you're tightening it.
I mean, he's got an issue almost like one of the old race car engines I had that sat in the garage a while. It actually seized in the cylinders.
Right. You're not the one that got my 403, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you're the one that has my 403. So you're not the guy that I took the you're not the guy that I have the motor mount off of.
No.
Okay, different guy. Okay. I met so many Firebird people around that time that it's so hard to keep track of who was who. Because I have the one that I know what's his name that gave me all the lifters for that motor. Because you have all new lifters in that motor and all new rockers except for the one that's bad. In fact, actually that one's new too, but it's wiped out. You have no crank movement, but the bolt moves. I think you're backing it out. Because if the crank is not moving and the bolt is, either you stripped it out or you're backing the bolt out and not tightening it.
What?
This Pontiac motors spin. No, Pontiac motors spin the right direction. It's their distributor that spins backwards.
He was rolling it over and stopped.
Huh?
She was asking a question.
It sounds like a surgical room in here. We're all sitting here freaking trying to crank our brains and freaking trying to figure out this guy's problem. It doesn't make for a good live stream though.
No, not really.
I know the one we had. We pulled the plugs and we sprayed PB Blaster up on the cylinders and just.
Well, he's got one better than PB Blaster. He's got Marvel Mystery Oil down in there.
Okay.
That should have worked better than PB Blaster. But the thing is, like I said, you got to pull all the spark plugs. And I think if he's got the bolt moving, but he doesn't have the crank moving, then he's backing that bolt out or that bolt is stripped.
One of those is, of course, much more desirable than the other.
1 gear and rock car, 4th gear and rock. No, don't put it in gear. Because then you got the resistance of the whole drivetrain. You want to leave it in neutral, and you want to stick a socket and a breaker bar on the flywheel bolt, not the flywheel, the
crank bolt.
The front balancer bolt. And you want to tighten that bolt down. You don't want to loosen it because otherwise you're just going to back the bolt out. You want to act like you're tightening that bolt, and then it should spin the motor over. If it's not spinning the motor over, either you have a frozen piston or you have something jammed in somewhere that's keeping the rotating assembly from moving. Which means at that point, I wouldn't continue trying. The thing is if it is something like a wedged piece of metal somewhere where it's not supposed to, and you're using the force of the drivetrain to try to get it to break loose, you're probably going to hurt something first.
Yeah.
You know, you're probably going to cause an unhappy marriage of two different metals. So at that point, your best decision is to pull the motor and tear it apart. Find out what's the reason why it's not turning. I mean, you can try the simple stuff. It doesn't work. Even if you get the Marvel Mystery Oil to work, you're still going to want to pull that motor anyway once you get it freed up. Because you don't know what kind of damage is being done to the cylinder bores, and possibly then you're going to take out rings.
How long did it set? Since I had it running before.
Dude, I think I'm just going to suggest, and this is, you can take this as it is, I'm going to suggest you pull that motor and take it apart. You know, at worst, it's going to cost you a set of gaskets. But, you know, obviously it could cost you a lot more than that. But if everything's fine, it costs you a set of gaskets and your time to pull it.
Cheap insurance.
Right. And it's a lot better than accidentally doing more damage by getting something stuck.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to jam a piece of metal up in somewhere and then start jamming it even more, because then you're going to have possibly a broken block. You know, damaged block that a machine shop's not going to be able to fix.
Yeah, or valves or something.
It's a lot cheaper to pull a motor and tear it apart than it is to have to send it out to the machine shop to get fixed or having to replace hard parts. But that's, you know, you can take that for what it was. You know, it's just my personal experience. Yes, I did go to school for it, but I'm not technically an active engine builder at the moment. Yeah, I mean, it's 35 years old. God knows how long it's been sitting. Cheap insurance, take it apart, throw a ball hone through it, put new rings on it, put new bearings in it, you know, throw a set of gaskets at it. You know, it depends. If you're not building a streamer, then that should be fine. You know, if you're trying to build, you know, if you're trying to build a hot rod, then you just build it the way you're supposed to. You know, just.
Well, anything he does to a building that's going to be better than the factory can come out with in that emissions plagued air anyways.
Well, yeah. Well, you never know. Something might have dropped down into the intake. You know, there could be anything. I mean, you start small, pull the head off. I mean, pull the intake off, pull the head off. You know, you can do that stuff while it's still in the car. You know, without having to pull the bottom end apart. If you can't find your problem by doing that, then you're going to have to pull the motor. Well, you're 64. Well, you might want, you know, obviously it depends on your level of I give a fuck. You might have to have somebody come help you.
I will argue that point because we have a driver out of the warehouse that I pull for that's 82 years old. And he just went out and bought a Z06 Corvette last year for a toy.
Jeez.
We got that. Ray. What is his name? He's the guy that has the Gallardo that hangs out with Mike. I think it's a Gallardo. But he just joined a race team, and he's in his, I think, 60s.
And my buddy with the street legal sprint car up in Washington.
Yeah.
Joined a guy last year, and they went back. They're running midget sprints. They raced all last winter. He's 66.
Yeah.
He's got a street legal sprint car.
Yeah, he used to race sprint car back in the 70s and the 80s in Pennsylvania and that when he was in the Army.
Right.
Good Lord, it's got to get people's attention when he goes to the store.
Oh, yeah. Gets a cop's attention all the time. I was up there last summer. He let me drive it. I'm like, man, listen, it's just, I mean, obviously it's not running a race engine anymore. I mean, he's pulled it out. He's got a mild crate engine in it with a power glide, but you know, you're talking a 1,400-pound car. Yeah, he went with a medium crate motor. It's putting 450 out at the crank, and it's still enough if you jump on it. He's running the the Hoosier Pro Street radial tires on it.
Right.
And it'll still pull the front tires off the ground if you stand on it.
Good Lord.
I'm looking for that.
It looks just like any sprint car you'd see running around the tracks, and he uses it. I mean, he'll do parades and that, and then he'll put a dirt setup on it with dirt tires, and he goes to all the tracks in Washington and Oregon out there, and he pushes all the sprint car racers out to start when they start out there.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really age that stops you. It's your physical
capabilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't find that guy's name.
2 years ago, he was pushing guys to start, and the track was still tacking. He decided to show off. We promptly spun a wheelie, had it on its ass, did about 2 turns. The front end came back down and it hooked, and stuffed it into the damn gate post where you go off the track.
Oh dear.
So they told him in the pits, and like everybody's, well, what's wrong? Once he said, well, nothing's hurt but the pride. I've got another axle in the truck. We'll be back out there to do what we got to do tonight. It's just a little mishap. And he was giggling about it, but he was like, I'd be sick.
So,
but like you said, that was a simple mishap. It's not like I flipped it down the front stretch like when we raced it.
Right. Pilot, I don't know who you have around you, but for a couple $100, you can have that. You could probably have that car up and running again. I don't know if it's worth selling. It depends on how much, it depends on your situation, I hate to sell something for something that's, for me, would be a steal. That's just me. Where are we at anyway? We're almost up at 11.
No, he's further ahead than I am. He's got an 85, mine's an 84, and I don't even know if it rolls over yet. I haven't had time to put a battery in it.
It is easy to get an engine overhauled, but everybody's situation, time, money, availability. You don't know. We don't know if he has somewhere where he can pull a motor out. I don't know his situation. We don't know his situation. There was a time and a place where I couldn't do any engine work.
Yeah.
But then again, I did replace a whole motor in the streets of middle of Reading.
I remember an alleyway most being used in the last swap on Jean Grey.
That was not an alleyway. That was a main street.
Yeah, it's a main street, but yeah, a little narrow. I wouldn't bring my truck down.
I'm going to just call you Pilot because I'm not even attempting to say that first name.
No, I don't blame you.
The 76 Pontiac 400 that I put in my 79 TA, I did that. I did that swap. I pulled out the 403. In fact, can somebody? I don't know, Biggie, if you can do that. I don't know if you can do that from where you're at.
Do what?
Link that video. Oh, I don't. Do I have that video? Is that the time period where I wasn't getting videos out all the time? Your nice beard there, Elliot.
There.
Oh my God! Did the cat just make a fast exit?
Yeah. She's fine.
Oh, I got it.
It's not the first time I've done that either.
But anyway,
get out of the garbage.
If you go back through my videos for my Trans Am, I have a whole playlist of it. There's an area where I went down to Tennessee to pick up a Pontiac 400. It's a 1976. It's scammed. It's what's in the car now. But anyway, I swapped out the 403 that was in the car in front of my house in the middle of the city. No garage, no off-street parking. It was on the street. Like literally pulled out the shop engine hoist, and literally I used the back of my truck as a tool bench. And I pulled that motor out, threw it in the back of my truck, pulled the other motor out of the back of my truck, and threw it in the car on a city street. And I pulled this all off in like a week.
Yeah, I know when we loaded your engine, we pulled from like 6 places. I mean, the engine block and the truck up back, parts from in the house, parts from off your deck, parts from between the houses.
Well, and the thing is I pulled the truck back up there. That truck was parked in front of the Trans Am down on my son's house. I wish I could pull up. I might have pictures of that. Let me see. Google Photos. That was back.
Hey, can you get out of the box?
That was back in like 2000 and.
Jesus Christ, Cap.
There was pulling the engine in the truck.
There's a big box right there. Don't hurt yourself.
Right, William.
Come on, YouTuber. Here.
And Sean found the trick. That's all we had to do was log into Facebook here in order to get this to go up.
What? I got it. I don't know if it's a. I don't have a picture of the engine hoist in the middle of the street with the car, but.
Now, how many other vehicles did you have to dodge while you were doing that kept running by?
I don't think so, Eddie, because of the way that I was doing it. Yeah, here I go. I got it. There you go. So that was with the 400 in the car already. Here's the 400 going in.
That's a sweet engine.
I mean, literally, you can tell it's right in the middle of the city street. You can see the back tires are up on the freaking ramps.
Mm-hmm.
That way I could get the angle right to get it down in. Took the whole nose off the car. Have the front end up on engines on a jack stand, so that way I can clear the engine hoist underneath of it, because you can't fit an engine hoist underneath of the front control arms. Yep, did that shit right in the middle of the freaking street. I didn't have anywhere else to do it, so it's do it where I got it.
Mm-hmm.
You should have seen me swapping the transmission out of that car in the middle of the street. Because right after we got that fired up, the original TH350 obviously shit the can when it got flooded with antifreeze.
Yeah.
You know, clutch packs and antifreeze don't go good together.
I don't think anything in antifreeze goes well together, besides distilled water.
So I had to jack the car up on all 4 corners and then literally drop the transmission down and slide it out from underneath the car where it was at. In fact, the video that I have where I got assaulted, that car was still up on the jack stands from doing that transmission swap.
Well, wasn't that the guy that hit your car? Like, what's
it? It was a chick that hit my car like at least 7 or 8 times. I forget how many times.
Too many.
And then her mom's boyfriend is the one that beat me up.
Wow.
And then her mom, the boyfriend's, the mom dumped him when he went to back to jail. So he did all that shit for nothing.
Oh, swift justice.
And that was his 3rd offense.
Karma's a bitch.
That was his 3rd offense. So he went upstate.
Well,
he didn't go back to small time jail. That was his 3rd and final offense. I still get money from that, by the way. It's only like $10, $20 in a shot, but
Better than zero.
Agreed.
Yeah, so now he's upstate at the hog farm squealing.
Something.
Like a pig.
Is William leaving? Yeah, I guess William's leaving. Yes, you are welcome back every weekend you can get here. Garage stored every winter, did nothing this year except for not start this winter. Like I said, maybe not go as drastic as that, do a few more things. Talk to some local people you have there, see if they can come out and take a look at it. If you're not as engine informed as you want to be, definitely get another opinion of somebody that's out there before you decide to sell it. I wouldn't want to see you sell it for something stupid.
Yeah.
It's gotta be something simple. If he was running a last year.
Yeah, exactly. I want to say it could be something as stupid as something dropped down into the, caught a valve open, or I don't know. It's got to be something stupid.
Yeah.
It could have been a mouse or a squirrel that decided to use it as a nut bank.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It could be something stupid. Like I said, it's not that hard to pull the intake and pull the heads, and that's going to give you a pretty good idea of anything that you need to look at as far as rotating assembly. Because I doubt it's anything in the bottom end. It's going to be in the heads or the intake or in the valve the
valve drain.
So I mean, it's not going to be that much, and most people can do that themselves. They might need to call somebody with a torque wrench to be able to put it back together.
Yeah, or you go to the local parts store, they let you rent one.
But I mean, at least at that point, if you take it apart and it's something detrimental, you then know, versus you taking it apart and it's something simple, at least then you can get it fixed. Versus just selling it and then somebody else finds that easy thing to fix and, makes a cash cow out of it. And you lose something that's of sentimental value to you.
I got a riding tractor that way once.
Yeah.
I dropped it out of a curb and said free, and I throwed it on the truck. I brought it home, changed spark plug, filled the gas tank. And the wife told the husband, it was going through the yard just fine. It made a pop and it quit running. I think I blowed it up, so I went and bought a new one. That's all I did. I changed the plug, put fresh gas in it, and she's running out of gas.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would. Hey, pilot, watch what you say there. I don't know if I would say we were experts. I am a dude with a YouTube channel.
We're just a little bit more knowledgeable than
a pilot. I mean, I am not saying that I am unknowledgeable, but there are definitely people out there with a hell of a lot more knowledge than me.
There's people who know more, but there's also a lot less people that know less.
Right. Just because I can make a video about how to do something doesn't necessarily mean I'm an expert.
But he could have one aspect of that. We figured out most anyway that could go foobar because you do something stupid.
Yeah, I know how to fuck shit up pretty quickly.
I think we all do.
I don't know if I necessarily know how to fix it quickly.
Well, it's easier to fuck something up quickly than it is to fix it quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, if you came here for expert advice, at this point, well, at least in the live streams, it's more entertainment than it is expertism.
Yeah.
You like that word, right? Expertism?
Works for me.
No, my live streams are more, as I like to call them, hanging out with friends in the garage with a beer or a Coke.
Garage.
Or a bottle of water. Or a bottle with a nipple on it because we will.
Or a can of air.
Well, if you're huffing that, we might have other problems.
Just straight up the nose. Just...
Oh, that air.
Pass out.
LA, if you're going to do that, you're going to have to reach behind you in the closet and pull your Dolly Parton wig back out and put it on.
I have something I guarantee you your kids didn't have growing up. I have a Trans Am pinky.
Oh my God.
My kid grew up right. If you can, there it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that backwards on your guys's, or is it the right way?
No, it's the right way around. Right.
On my end, it's backwards. But yeah, so you know, my kid grew up right. It's the only reason these are the only binkies that are left. All the rest of them got tossed because these ones are kind of they're spedatial.
Spedatial.
Huh? The girlfriend made a noise. I don't know what it was. Oh, never mind. I didn't want to hear that. Well, again, that's also an easy check. That is literally, in fact, you don't even have to pull the harmonic balancer for that. You can pop the pan bolts, the front timing chain pan, and you can crack that sucker forward just a little bit, and you can have yourself a pecan down in there. And if you see anything that looks suspicious, then I guess you're dropping the oil pan a little bit, and you're pulling the harmonic balancer off of that, and you're pulling the timing cover off of it completely.
Did he say how many miles are on it?
I don't think he did.
Oh, yeah, no, he didn't.
But there's a funny thing about cars that sit and don't get driven much. You might as well have put a shit ton of miles on it.
Yeah.
Things don't like to sit. Oh. Oy.
Ditch the chain, put gears in it. You'll appreciate the sound. It sounds like a blower under the hood.
No, I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. I cannot stand a gear-driven timing set. I have a double sprocket and double chain on not on my TA because I didn't build
straight chain, or did you go roller?
What?
Straight chain, or did you go roller chain when you did it?
I'm not sure. I know mine's just a double
sprocket and chain.
Yeah. And then I went with the high flow, high output oil pump with the steel shaft pump drive with the steel collar. This is the motor that's in the Nova. Because like I said, I didn't build the one that's in the TA. I bought that one the way it sits.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sweet motor.
So the Nova build was a budget. I picked up, like, originally it had an inline 6 in it. We pulled that because I bought what I thought was a Chevy 350. It was supposed to have been a fresh build. So I wasn't expecting it. I pulled the valve covers. It had brand new gaskets on it. I pulled the oil pan. It had brand new gaskets on it. I should have been smart and pulled off a main and a rod cap, but I didn't. I painted it, threw it in the car, and after having issues getting it started, we replaced the fuel pump. I had to replace the fuel pump. I had to replace the starter, and we got it fired up. The second I got it fired up, that sucker knocked like a freaking like a fucking drum class at fucking middle school.
Oh dear.
And I ended up dropping the oil pan, and every single cap I pulled off was down to the copper.
Oh my God.
Every single bearing was wiped out.
Jesus Christ.
This motor wasn't rebuilt. Not at all. All they did was throw gaskets at it.
Jesus.
And then sold the motor. And it also wasn't a 350 like they said it was. It was a 305.
Oh.
So anyway, so originally I didn't know that until a couple years later. So when I went to go replace the bearings, now like I said, the engine was already in the car, and I was in an area that I couldn't pull the engine because the car was parked on a gravel driveway, and I'm not talking like the normal size gravel chunks. I'm talking chunks of rock the size of freaking baseballs.
Good Lord.
And that's what I was laying on. So I jacked the car up, got the car up in the air. I took the motor mount bolts out, disconnected the torque converter, and dropped the oil pan. And we put 2x4s inside the engine mounts. Mm-hmm. So in between the mount on the block and the clamshell, we dropped a 2x4 down in there, set it back down. So obviously now the engine's raised up just enough for me to slide out the oil pan and to work in there. Got my trusty old butter knife. Now, what do you use the butter knife for? Why would a mechanic have a butter knife in his toolbox?
Push bearings.
Yep, push the bearings around. You use a beat up old butter knife to push the bearings up and around without having to take the crank out. So anyway, so I took my trusty butter knife. We dropped one bearing. We loosened all of the main caps because you just need to break them free.
Yeah.
The crankshaft moves a little bit, and then you pull out each cap, pop the bearings. Well, before I did that, I had to find out what size bearings I needed. So the sad part is you technically have to buy a set of bearings to find out if you have the right bearings. Unless you had a dial caliber, which I didn't have at that point. So what I did is I popped one of the main bearings and I took the number off the back of the bearing to find out what size it is. Now, granted, it was still stock. So it was still stock. No, I'm sorry, it was 10. So the crank was already honed 10. Or whatever, it was machined down 10 because the bearings were 10 over. So I grabbed a set of 10 over bearings and I got lucky, threw them in and used plastic gauge, and they were within spec, so I could throw the rest of them in. If they would have been still out of spec, then I would have had to get even bigger oversized bearings, and I would have been forfeited out the bearings that I already paid for. Because once you pop them out of the seal, they're no good anymore. If you can sell them. So I replaced all of the main bearings and all of the rod bearings, threw it back together, and at that point, the carburetor that was on it was running like shit, so I went out and I bought a Edelbrock 650, which would have been just fine for a small block 350. Except for it's right, and so it always ran like shit. It ran okay, but it always ran not right. And for what I was thinking, it always ran like a dog for what it was, what I felt that it should have ran, which, knowing that it was a 305. Now, the only thing I had going for me was a 305 with 202 intake valves. Well, that's a big valve for a 305.
They popped the heads.
Huh? No, there were 305 heads.
305 heads? Okay.
It was a stock 202 intake valve.
Jeez.
305 HO?
Exactly. 305, 202 intakes, and I think 195 exhaust. Or the 195 exhaust was a 350 heads. And maybe I think it might be a 185 exhaust. But yeah, it was the big intake.
You lucked out there.
Huh?
You lucked out there.
Yeah, I lucked out there. But so I drove that for a while until something. I got a bug up my butt for some reason. I forget why, but I got a bug up my butt. And sure, Pilot, go get me a beer.
Yeah, Pilot, get me too. I'm not allowed to drink beer. I got to drive in the morning.
But anyway, so I got a bug up my butt, and I ran the numbers on the back of the block. Yeah, it didn't come up to a 350 block. It was a 305 block, and I was pissed. In fact, that 305 block I still have. Do you want to know where it is?
Where?
That 8-roller table that you made, you showed me when I picked the 403 up that night.
Right. My 305 is now sitting on my front porch. It is now my freaking coffee table on my front porch.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I have left of it is 4 pistons and the block. Everything else has been scrapped. So I went and I talked to a person who was parting out a 1979 pickup truck with a 350 in it. And I ran the numbers because I was smart. I ran the numbers. And it had a 75% chance of being a 4-bolt main 350. It was produced in the right factory at the right time. And, so it could have been a 4-bolt main. Now, when I picked it up, it wasn't, but that's no big deal. It's not like I really needed a 4-bolt main for what I was doing anyway. So and I'm not sure if you've seen the pictures of that engine. It was cruddy.
Well, it was out of a truck, so.
Oh yeah, it was out of a truck that was leaking oil like a freaking son of a bitch.
Oh dear.
The good part about it is if you want to do the machine work to display it, you can do a 4-bolt main, actually have it better than the factory. It could be stronger.
Right, but the thing is I didn't need that. My point was I didn't need an engine that was capable of doing that. I wasn't planning on getting 600-700 horsepower out of a small block Chevy. At this point, it was just literally let me
make a runner out of it.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to get my car back on the road.
Yeah.
Why? Freaking Facebook is such a pain in the ass.
You'll have that.
No, I don't want that. Go back. Where is my photos? Where did you guys put my photos?
I'll tell you, she's all full of love tonight. She's going to drink my beer. I think she needs to go out and have some of that punch that I made her.
And what kind of punch is that?
It's Texas Punch. That's what it's called.
Oh, wait,
It's actually, I broke down blew the turbo in a truck here probably 15, 16 years ago. And I spent a week at they put me up in the motel right there at the casino. Thank you, company. So, basically,
there is
a notification.
A notification for automotive YouTubers. There we go.
Free beer all day long. The whole time we're there and watch football.
That was the 350, the outside of it when I picked it up.
Jeez.
Now, the cool part, though, is how clean it was when I started taking it apart. So here is the lifter valley. Now, don't mind the junk that's sitting there that came out of the exhaust crossover. Is it focusing, maybe?
No.
That's not bad.
To me, I think that's pretty damn freaking clean.
Yeah.
Like no sludge.
Not at all.
Yeah, the crossover is normal.
Okay, here is pistons. Now look at those pistons. You tell me what those pistons are, and tell me where I also got lucked out.
How about we tell you it's not focusing?
Chris, what pistons are those?
Oh, you got the dimples.
Yeah, they're flat top pistons. So they were flat top pistons. Now, can you see the cylinder wall there?
Yeah.
That doesn't look
not
bad.
very well.
What's still on that cylinder wall?
Still with the cross hatching.
It still had the cross hatching. It had the fucking flat top pistons.
That's a wonder when the 4-bolt main.
There's the bottom end. Not a 4-bolt main. Now, the bad part about this engine was not the bottom end. Though, hold on. It definitely had bearing issues.
Oops.
Yeah.
So I put the bimetal bearings in it, rebuilt the bottom end, but there was the heads after I pulled them off. This is actually, hold on. Which way am I going? Fucking thing.
Why don't you just screen share on your laptop?
Because I could. But it also means doing some things and hold on.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't have to fart around with the camera having no focus.
Well, yeah. I don't want to be on mobile Facebook.
Hey, is this punch ass?
What?
A cup of gin, rum, tequila, stack, 32 ounces of your twich of cola, and optional if you want 32 ounces of frozen raspberry lemonade in it.
I didn't understand that. I think it could have just been my end.
Yeah, it's I think your microphone's picking up off of what's coming through your speakers, and it just keeps switching focuses.
All right, let's see. All right, cameraman, screen share. I want to application window. I want this one. Share. All right, you can see my screen here, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go back here. We're just gonna blow this up for its full screen.
So full screen.
Hold on. Here we go.
Totally full screen.
Yeah. All right, can you see that or no?
Yeah.
It's an older picture, so it's not going to be the big screen. Oh, well, no. Now it is. The hell?
There you go. That's perfect. Well, good enough right there.
Okay, anyway, so there's that. Just cleaning it up. Like I said, there's the inside. Not too much sludge. It didn't take too much to clean it up. The pistons, as you can tell, this thing was burning oil.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I found out why it's burning oil. It wasn't burning oil because of the rings, because as you can see, there's still the crosshatch still in them.
Mm-hmm.
No, this thing was burning oil because of the top end. Those suckers. That's the reason why it was burning oil.
Valve seals.
What do you see there, Chris?
Oh, dear.
That's not good. Must have tipped off a push rod.
Yeah, so this is just me. I think I just sprayed this car. We did put all new lifters. No, I didn't. I used the original lifters. Because this was definitely a budget build. I was not putting any more money into this than I needed to. All new parts. So we did push rods, all new rings. There's the bimetal bearings, the double roller timing chain, or the double sprocket timing chain, the high output, high pressure oil pump, the metal oil pump drive with the metal collar, all new gaskets. As you can see up here at the top, the blue thing, that's a one-piece oil pan gasket with the non-crush spacers in it. And then I went with the upgraded head gaskets too. New push rods, bearings, oil pump, timing set, brass freeze plugs, all pistons, the cam, a new oil pan for it because the other oil pan had a hole in it. These are the heads off the 350. What do you see there?
Nice crack.
Oh yeah. Okay. You see the one up here on the top?
Yeah.
There is no there is no squirter. Push rod went all the way through that one.
Oh dear.
So needless to say, and then you can see the top of the valves. They look like somebody's beating on it with a freaking ball peen hammer.
Yeah.
So needless to say, I didn't use these. I didn't use these heads. This is the reason why I went with the 305 heads. So I ended up pulling the 305 out of the car, stripping that 305 down. This is still the 350 here.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the 305. Remember, this engine was only in that car for what, 4 years?
Damn.
So we pulled the 305 out, and I ended up using the heads off the 305 because they were rebuilt when I put the engine in. I did rebuild the heads on the 305. All new valve seals, all that stuff. So I knew all of that was good. So then we threw it in. There's the 350 all done with the 305 heads. And look, where did I do this engine at too?
On pavement.
This one was on pavement, but again, it was still not in a garage. It was out in the elements. I took. I'm not sure if I have a picture of it sitting here, but you might be able to see it. In fact, I think it's in this bottom corner here. See this thing down here in the corner in the bottom right, bottom left?
Yeah.
The freaking kitchen table.
Oh my god.
That's what I was using as my workbench.
Nice.
At least you had the engine holder.
You see it?
Tree picker, as opposed to a tree branch on a tree in the yard.
Well, yeah, but I had to go out and go buy all that shit too. It's all used. Somebody did an engine, whatever, and I think I picked that up for $100. That and the engine stand.
You can't beat that.
Not at all.
Some dude had it in the back of his fucking garage. And he used it once. It's a Harbor Freight Circle. I don't know if this plays sound off my computer or not.
Now, is that the same set stand you used to load the 403 that night?
The same engine hoist?
Yes.
Yeah. That engine, I have used that engine hoist for 5 engines since I bought it, but only 2 of them were mine.
Well, once you do one with one, it already paid for itself.
Well, at $100, yeah. All right, am I back?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, I just was reading those comments. That kind of that kind of might give you any indication of what might be your issue there. If you had popcorn, if you had corn nuggets in it at the 1 year, there's no denying you possibly have something that went down the intake and had jammed itself somewhere where it shouldn't be. But and that was the 350 that I rebuilt in the driveway. That was actually that was not like my driveway. I mean, it was my driveway, but it was that was a parking space that was shared by 3 apartments. Now, at that time, nobody else really parked there but me. We didn't have, it was me and one other guy that parked in there. So nobody really cared. It wasn't until later that we had that one tenant moved in that scratched all the way across the hood of my car.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she was a bitch.
Clearly.
But yeah, that was actually that was before I started my YouTube channel. Actually, not long before, because I started my YouTube channel. Yeah, my first couple of videos were of swapping the exhaust on that car, which was right after I put that motor in. But that was already after the Nova was already off the road. I drove it to a car show or 2, but it definitely was not inspected. I asked them, I said, does the car need to be inspected to be able to be entered into the car show? They're like, no. Well, my car was only 1 town over. All I had to do was sneak it over 1 town. Damn right, I went back home. I started the car, threw it through a car wash, drove it up to the car show, and paid to have it put into the car show.
Nice.
That's the picture I have of it with like 4 different colored fenders on it. Well, 2 different colored fenders on it in the car show. That was the last car show it went to before it died. I had a driver's side rear tire decide to gator on me and took out my door, my wheel well, and inner fender on the driver's side. It took off the door handle right off the door.
Jeez.
Ripped it off.
Yeah, they're not happy when they come apart.
Well, and the thing is I'm just lucky that it didn't actually explode. It just detreaded. So as soon as the tread came off, the tire just blew up like a donut. It didn't go down, because if it would have went down, that was a pretty big tire. So if it would have went down, it would have dropped the whole corner of that car down. And I was doing about 55, 60 when it did it. On a highway in the fast lane.
Jeez.
Yeah, that would have sucked. That would have thrown me straight into that wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can be interesting. I've only had 1 steer tire on a truck go on me.
Yeah.
And I don't care to repeat the experience.
I definitely don't care to repeat that experience that I had either. But it is what it is. I just like to get my cars back on the road now, but it's at the moment it's hard because, well, the problem with the TA right now is the car's been apart so long and it's so many different places along the way. It's finding all of the parts to put it back together.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it wasn't like it was a planned, organized move where I could move everything and whatever. It was, panic. It was, we need to move now. So everything got thrown places and moved.
And look at the bright side.
What do you mean?
It's just like Christmas every day when you find another piece that you packed it in.
Well, it's not, but there's also stuff that could possibly be lost. Because it gets stuck, it's lost or moves. It always happens.
Yeah.
The lost stuff that you lost was somebody else's eyes and hands, but they'll swear up and down, I don't know what you did with it. You had it last.
Right?
Been there, done that.
I just read Pilot's last message. It says, been there last 2 years, and I read beer there last 2 years.
Well,
now it says beer.
Now it does. That was some future telling right there if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I know, right? I have no idea. I lost my analytics. I have no idea how many people are watching anymore. I guarantee at least 2 people besides us are watching it right now.
It says 6.
All right. Well, at least 3 of them are us. Because most likely you guys are all watching the stream, so that way you can follow the chat.
Yeah.
And that leaves Mrs. Formula. There's 4, and at least Pilot. That's
5.
5, and the other one might also be me as well.
Oh, now it's 5 exactly.
Well, there you go. Hey, you know what? I'd love to have 400 people in here. That'd be crazy.
Oh my God, yeah. Keep up with everything.
That's why you need moderators.
Yeah.
Oh, but anyway, I'm getting tired. If you guys have not subscribed, which I do believe everybody in here except for maybe Pilot has subscribed to my channel, please do. If you have not hit the like button yet, please do. And if you have not checked out my Teespring store, that's a good place to go support me and help me afford to do the things that I like to do. Because honestly, I can't make this channel run if I don't have stuff to do on it. So every time you guys buy a t-shirt or use a super chat, which I do have actually super chat on this channel, it will go towards helping fund getting stuff done on the channel so I can make more videos. So until next time, this is NOVAtazz and Chris and Elliot. We will see you next week.
Have a good night, everyone.